talks into this when she asks you questions? Well, I can't imagine that mic and this mic are both working, but oh well. Anyway, welcome to a special Mother's Day edition of Interviews with Patty. Oh, shit, Mom. Wait. Keep recording. Here's a little towel. Where's wet? I can't tell with this blanket.
Right here.
You didn't spill that much. All right. Cheers. Happy Mother's Day.
Thank you.
Today's May 8th, 2016. Okay.
2016.
Isn't that what I said?
Yeah.
Okay. Your first question today, Mom, is people talk about empty nest syndrome after your kids move out of the house. How did you feel when we all left home? What did you miss about having us around, if anything?
Well, you know how sad I was from all the crying I did at Purdue when I dropped you off.
Well, I wasn't in the car when you did all the crying, so I wouldn't know. Yeah.
I pretty much cried all the way home.
Really? Well, that was just me. You still had Lori and Danny at home.
Yep.
I mean, you had Danny for several more years before he left for Purdue. Do you remember when all three of us were out of the house, how that felt?
I didn't like that.
You were just lonely, bored?
I missed everybody, yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine that. Okay. Next question. Oh, this is a good one. Okay. Some empty nesters move to a smaller house or a different city when they get older, while others feel like they don't want to leave their family home where they raise their kids. Tell me why you made the choice to move to Oklahoma City and what's been best about it.
Well, I wanted to be near you guys, and that's what's been best about it.
Yeah. You miss your friends back in Indiana, though?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It'd be nice if Danny were here.
Yes, it would.
Subliminal messaging.
What?
Nothing.
You can talk, Owen.
No,
She's recording.
it's fine.
Okay. Doesn't want to talk. Do you have any regrets about moving out here?
Well, I miss my friends.
Yeah. That's not really a regret.
What would you call it?
A con? Oh, maybe you're right. Okay. Many women say that once they are past the age of 50, they begin to feel liberated and freer to be themselves. Did you feel that was true for you?
Well, I think as you get older, you care less about what people think about you. And
I know that myself.
you say what's on your mind a little more.
Yeah. I completely agree with that. Okay. This page, we're supposed to put pictures of all your grandchildren in there. And you're supposed to tell me something special or a story or something about each one of them. So I'll name all your grandchildren and just tell me sort of how you would describe them or if you have a special memory about each one. Okay, so we'll start with your firstborn grandchild, Owen Leslie. What do you remember most about him as a baby?
Say what you want. It doesn't matter if I'm here.
What'd he say?
He said, say what you want. It doesn't matter that he's there. She wouldn't say anything bad anyway.
Well, he cried a lot.
He did. He cried a lot.
And I remember his dad walking him around outside on the driveway because that seemed to quiet him. Fresh air seemed to.
Yeah, something about wind. Like even if we blew in your face, you would quiet down. It was rather strange. But you were there for Owen's birth, just barely. Do you remember that morning when I called you? Tell me about it.
Well, it seems like you called about 4:30 or so.
A.M., yes. What did I say?
You said your doctor told you to go into the hospital and get checked because you were having pains.
But I told you.
You said don't come till I call you back.
Yeah, because it could have, I was afraid it was false labor. So I didn't want her to jump in the car and head up to Cleveland. But you.
Of course I did. Aunt Lori and I did.
And you drove the 5 hours to Cleveland. From what I understand, Lori drove like a maniac. And I remember while I was in labor, Granny would call and talk to Shannon, and she would hear me in pain, and she would say, "Tell her to get that epidural now." She didn't like hearing me in pain. But she and Lori ended up getting there in plenty of time and seeing Owen born. And then you stayed with me for the first 8 weeks. Yeah.
That was fun.
Thank God. It's scary being a new mom. Okay, so how would you describe Owen now that he's almost 13?
Very grown up.
As in mature?
Yep.
Not sure I'd agree with that, but okay, we'll go with it. Second grandchild, Anna, was born in May of 2006. What do you remember about her as a baby? Anything?
Seems like she cried a lot too.
At night. She didn't sleep through the night till she was 2 years old. Do you have any special memories of her? Anything funny she's done or said? Remember the loud dogs? Do you remember that?
Oh,
When she was 3?
like a dog.
Yeah, you tell the story.
Well, we were sitting downstairs watching TV, and the dog started barking.
And Anna's 3. Dogs start barking.
So Anna just says, "Those fucking dogs."
She heard that from her dad, not her mom.
Yeah, it was easy to figure out where she heard it
Mm-hmm.
from the tone of her voice.
And Anna's going to turn 10 in just a few days. How would you describe her now?
So she's grown up a lot too.
Yes. She's a sweet, funny girl.
Yes, she is.
Okay, and then your next grandchildren would obviously be Emerson and Ainsley, born August 12th of 2012, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds right. So what differences would you ascribe to them? How are they different from one another?
Ainsley's much more adventurous than
Yeah, brave.
Emerson.
Yeah, she takes risks. She's not afraid of getting in trouble for doing things. And what about Emmy? How would you describe her?
Well, she's a sweet little girl, for sure.
She is. She's kind of the emotional, dramatic one,
Mm-hmm.
I would say.
She looks to Ainsley for a lot of direction in doing things. If Ainsley's doing something, she'll get up and
Oh, really?
try to do it. Yeah.
So Ainsley's like the alpha twin? Okay, I can see that. Do you remember the day they were born? Were you already in Denver? I don't remember that. She was a scheduled C-section? Like, how did you end up in Denver when they were born?
She had a doctor's appointment on like a Thursday or a Friday,
Mm-hmm.
and the doctor said, "Yeah, we gotta take them. They've stopped growing."
Oh, I remember. So you just immediately booked the flight and got out there?
I drove.
Oh, you did? Oh, yeah. Okay, I remember now. And I think I got there about a week after they were born. I remember that. They were so little.
I remember that we closed on our house on a Wednesday, and I left for Denver Thursday morning in my car,
Oh, well, that was good timing.
and I got there Friday, and they were born on Sunday.
And they were, how many weeks were they? Do you remember? 30, was it 34?
I think so.
That sounds right to me. Okay, I'm not missing any grandchildren, am I?
Yeah.
Lachlan.
Oh, crap. Sorry, Danny and Chelsea.
Good one.
Yes, Locke. Lachlan was born on Papa's birthday, April Fool's, just a year ago. He turned 1
Yeah.
on April 1st. So 2014 he was born, right? No.
No.
2015. 2015. Okay. You weren't there for that birth, right? You were here.
Reminder, Noodle, I will.
Oops. Hush.
Noodle and doodle.
No, we were there.
You were in Florida?
Yes, but we didn't get to see. We didn't see the birth.
Because Chelsea gave birth in a tub of water. So Danny was the only person in the room for a very long labor, as I understand it. So how much time did you spend in Florida after he was born?
I think we were there maybe a week.
That sounds right.
What is Oliver eating?
I don't know.
But I met I went with her to her checkup with a pediatrician. So I met him. He's very nice.
Oh yeah, I remember.
He's from, he has practice here in Oklahoma,
He does?
in Lawton, yeah.
That's bizarre.
And, one there, of course.
Right. So Locke's only a year old. It's hard to describe a child when they're this young, but what do you think about Lachlan when you think about him?
He's usually a very happy child.
Yep, I've noticed that too. Who do you think he looks like?
Danny?
Yeah, I think he looks a lot like Dad too.
Mm.
But that would stand to reason. Okay. Anything else about Locke? God, I feel so bad I forgot him. I'm sorry.
We don't see him very much.
I know. Okay. What do your grandkids call you? Where did the name come from?
Well, they call me Granny, because that's the name I liked.
You chose it.
I chose Granny, yeah.
And it came from where?
I called my grandmother Granny.
Millie's mom. Okay, do you have pet names for any of your grandchildren? Nicknames that,
Well, we call Anna Bean.
Anna's Bean. Where did that name come from? Do you remember?
She liked to eat green beans.
You always say that. No. She did like green beans, but that was coincidental. That was Shannon's name for her. When she was itty bitty, a lot of us called her, we'd say Anna Banana, but he'd say Anna Bean because she was little, like a little bean. Of course, that didn't last long. She ended up being a huge baby.
Chubby.
She was very chubby, yeah. But it started with Shannon, and it stuck. So Anna Bean. Okay.
You got to put a picture in there of her, that picture where you can't see her nose.
Oh, the profile shot? Yeah,
What?
I will do that.
Why?
There's a
Because her
profile
cheeks
shot
are
of her
so
as a
chubby?
baby. Yeah, her cheeks are so chubby.
You can't see her
cannot
nose.
see her nose. Yeah, and this was the baby that when she was born, we were really, really worried about her weight because I was trying to nurse her and that was not going well. And do you remember that? I had to go to the pediatrician day after day after day because they were worried she wasn't getting enough to eat. And then all that started clicking and then suddenly she was...
And
She likes to eat a lot.
We
Yeah,
had
she
to
still
give
does.
her bottles, I remember.
Yeah, I had to supplement with bottles because she didn't get full enough from breastfeeding. Okay. What did you do as a child that you wish your grandchildren could do today?
Play outside more.
I agree with that, Owen.
What?
What advantages do they have that you wish you or your children might have had?
Advantages.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they have a lot of electronics that we can
Yeah, I was going to say technology. It's a good thing and a bad thing.
Why are you looking at me?
No, I don't know. What problems do you think your grandchildren have that are more difficult than anything you had to deal with?
being on the electronics all the time.
Advantage and a disadvantage.
Yes. That you all don't have private lives anymore, and you're too young to really understand how important that is. Okay, how is being a grandmother better than being a mother? Or are there ways in which it's not as good?
No, I think it's better.
How come?
Well, it's almost like they respect you more than your children did.
Yeah, that stands to reason. They don't spend as much time with you. You also get to spoil them without feeling guilty about it. What do you think your children learned from you that might have made them good parents? You don't think I learned anything from you that made me a good parent?
Oh, I don't know. I can't think of anything right off the top of my head.
Well, I would say just the importance of family. You know, you didn't really preach to us about it, but you lived it. You know, all the choices we made, the vacations we spent together, Dad's willingness to leave work, knowing that when he came back from a vacation, he might not have a job waiting for him, but he did it anyway. You know, when I was younger, that was what I thought was normal. But as I got older and I met other people and their families, I learned how special ours was. And so I get that from you, for sure.
Is Lori getting a massage right now?
Yes. She is on the table. Did your children do anything differently as parents that surprised you? Watch yourself.
Well, you're a lot more calm as a parent than I thought you would be.
You've said that before. Yeah, you thought I'd be neurotic and uptight. For the most part, I'm not.
For the most part.
For the most part. What about Lori?
I don't know. She's pretty calm too.
Mm-hmm. But Lori, as a parent, does she surprise you in any way?
The fact that she's not so.
You thought she'd be neurotic too? Okay. And Danny? Surely you didn't think he'd be
Daniel.
neurotic.
Mm-mm.
Is there anything surprising about how he acts as a parent? No. Okay. I think this is the last one I'm going to ask you. What would you like your grandchildren to know about your life that maybe they don't at this point know about you or your life?
I don't know. I don't think there's anything they don't know about me that they'd be surprised to find out.
That can't be true. And just think about how different your upbringing was. The fact that you lived with your grandmother for a while and you didn't have video games. Your technology was totally different.
I think we had more fun though,
Well, yeah.
because we played outside.
And you didn't have to worry about getting kidnapped or... It's true.
No, yeah.
I mean, back then you could play outside till the street lights came on and nobody worried about where you were or who you were with. Oliver, hush.
Yeah, we'd get up in the morning and grab our bicycles and be gone for the entire day.
Yeah, that sucks.
But
What?
almost 20 minutes.
Do you have any questions for Granny?
Not really.
Okay. All right, we're done. Goodbye.
What's the matter, Ollie?